What's up, this is GM, and before I start, I want to tell you about TubeBuddy. In case you don't know, TubeBuddy is a free website that will help you manage and grow your YouTube channel. Thanks to them, some of my videos even show up as top results. Want to give them a try? Check the description below for the link. Today's product is KLUDGE's RK84 RGB 75% mechanical gaming keyboard. So here we have the box that I will move out of the way so you can see this beautiful keyboard. Look at it. It's definitely interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Might be hard to tell over camera, but it's definitely different. You might notice it has an extra row of keys up here and kind of on the side there, but again, I'll talk about that a little bit more in a bit. First, let's go ahead and say what we have in the box. Of course, we have the keyboard itself. We have a wire, which is USB to USB-C. Again, you don't need it because it is wireless as well. It came with 4 extra switches. As you can see here, I got brown switches for this keyboard. It came with a tool to remove the keycaps and these switches. And then it came with these things that I thought were really interesting, which is actually the reason I got it, which is detachable pads for the bottom here. And I know that's kind of a weird reason to buy a keyboard, but I just thought that was interesting. I've never actually seen that before. So I got it so I could show that a little bit, and also just this interesting layout, because I've never seen this layout either. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this keyboard. So keep in mind the link for the KLUDGE RK84 is in the description below. I suggest you open it up, follow along, because I'm not going to go over every little detail. I'm just going to hit the highlights, the high points, that way you get the general idea. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. So this is a triple mode keyboard, meaning it works via Bluetooth, a wireless dongle, or wired, and can connect to 3 devices at once. This means you can use it really on any device that uses any of those connections. That includes Windows, Macs, smartphones, PlayStation, and much more. It's a 75% mechanical keyboard, which is great for gaming, but also great for office work or, for homework, because a lot of people are working from home now. You do want a good keyboard that will last you and will just function great. It has 84 keys, it's hot swappable, 200-hour battery life, and with only a 6 to 7 hour charge time. It has an RGB backlight that I'll go over later. It's 13.8 inches by 6.9 inches and weighs about 2.2 pounds, somewhere around there. Comes in white or black. As you can see, I chose the white, and it has red, brown, and blue switch options, and again, I chose the brown switches. It also has a driver that you can use to customize the lights and functions. Let me know if you want a video on how to get the driver. I'll try to work on that if that is something you're interested in. So let's go ahead and look at this beautiful keyboard. So it is 75%. I've never bought a 75% keyboard before. It had the extra keys, as you can see here. Usually what happens is if you buy like a 60%, they'll just combine these keys with, like, the top row would be combined with the 1 through 0s and all that, and these would kind of be combined somewhere into here. So pretty much what they've done is they've just given them their own row. You don't have the number pad on the side. You're saving a little room there. It is a bit heavy of a keyboard, so you wouldn't really be getting this for travel purposes. This is more so for like a home office or home gaming type of situation. On the back we have some rubber pads, as you can see here, and I will go ahead and show you this. I mean, look at it. It's just magnetically, it just sticks on, and it's really neat. So you can just add a little bit of height onto your keyboard just like that. It's really interesting, honestly, and I actually really like it, because when I'm working, I like to keep it a little bit higher. But when I'm gaming, I like to have it a little bit flatter. So I can just take these off and it goes a little bit flat, and it's perfect for me when I want to game. So I thought that was interesting, and I really do think that's a really neat selling point. So let's go ahead and turn this back around. Let me fix my lighting there. As you can see, we do have the switches for on, off, Bluetooth, for the dongle. Here we have the dongle that just kind of stays on through a magnet. So as you can see, it just kind of sticks there a little bit via magnet. So it shouldn't come out easily, because you do have to kind of like scrape it out like that or like this for it to even come out. But still, you're using this more for home use probably, so you don't really need to worry about that as much. Over here, we have 3 ports. This one right here is for charging and for using it wired. These 2 should be for, like, let's say that you're plugging it in, like you're plugging it in from here to use it wired. That way you can use these ports as like extra ports that will kind of connect through your keyboard into your computer. So like, let's say you want to connect your mouse wired as well, but you have no more ports on your computer. You could use the port here then, and you could connect like your headphones or something right there. So pretty much it's giving you 2 extra ports, or replacing one and giving you an extra, however you want to kind of put that together. Then on this angle, you might be able to see we do have quite a bit of a lift here. So that way it is slightly angled up as you're using it. And I also noticed that the number key right here, like the 1 through 0, is a little bit more raised than the back row up here. Not sure if that will matter to a lot of people, but that is something to take note. And both of these rows seem to be a little bit higher up than all of these letter keys down here. So again, just something to note. Not sure how important that is to some people, but thought I'd mention that. Another thing is, I do not think it is waterproof, because usually if it's waterproof, they would have little vents on the bottom to allow some drainage. So I would not recommend getting water on this or any type of liquids. Just don't put any sodas near your keyboard. That's the best I can tell you as far as that. I'm gonna go and do some light and some full-on presses on this keyboard. As you can tell, it is a very soft keyboard. I don't know how well you can hear it because my mic is not facing it, but I'm gonna pull this off screen and do some touches and tell you what I'm about to press, so that way you can get an idea of how loud it is, since it is brown switches, which are generally quieter. So I'll go ahead and bring it off camera. I'll start off with some light touches on the letters and the numbers. All right, now I'm gonna do on some of the bigger keys like Tab, Caps Lock, and Shift. And now on the spacebar. So as you can probably maybe tell, might be a little hard to tell, is the spacebar is a little bit louder, so it is a little bit noisier. Now I'm gonna do full-on presses on the letter keys and the smaller keys. And now I'm gonna do on the Tab, Caps, and Shift, one at a time. And now I'm gonna press the spacebar, and I'm gonna do the ends first and then the center. So it is somewhat loud, but it's very soft as well. So if you're trying to find a keyboard that won't wake up the entire house, you probably want to get this. If you want a keyboard that you want to use during Zoom meetings but still be functional for games, get this, because if you're in a Zoom meeting, you're typing away, you don't want everyone hearing you type, then this is good. It'll be soft, but then it's really, really well made for gaming purposes as well. So you don't need to get 2 separate keyboards for that then. So that's just my 2 cents into that. Let me know if you disagree in any way to that, but that's how I would say. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn it on so you can see the lighting. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off the light next to me. It might be a little hard to see this. In fact, let me just turn off the light above too, so it's a little easier to see the lighting here. So I have a lot of ambient light on, but it should give you an idea. Ignore the P that's flashing. That's just trying to pair. It's just going to keep doing that during this, but yeah, just ignore that. Not important in any way. But as you can see, it is an RGB backlight mode. So let's see. The way to control all of everything is through the function key and then arrows, the home, and the end. So function and up will increase brightness. So when it does that flash, it means it's at max. And now I'm going to do it to the bare minimum, pretty much off. And it flashed again, so let me go and max it out. Left and right will be to increase or decrease the speed of the background effect. So now it's at max. Now it's at the bare minimum, so you can see it's kind of going slower. So let me max that out again. So as you can see here, you can switch the color of the backlight, so it's just one standard color. It's going very fast because, again, I had it set really high, so I'm going to go and lower it by 1 so it's a little easier to see. And pretty much this will give you an idea of what all the different color options are. And then we're back down to RGB. So function and home will let you switch between the different modes. And I'm not going to do each one in like a single color. I'm just going to go through all of the modes just so you get an idea, because I mean, you don't need to see them all in individual colors. I'll make this video way too long. So yeah, I'm going to go and start just going through every single mode so you can get an idea of what they'll all look like. So that should have been all the lighting modes. I'm just gonna cycle through. Yep, that was all of them. So just want to make sure I didn't miss any. So let me go ahead and turn my light back on, if it will turn back on, which it will not. So turn on this light instead. That'll be good enough. So that should have given you a pretty good idea of all the lighting modes that this can do. As far as in-game use, I personally liked it a lot. I like brown switches. Again, I like to use them because they are a little bit quieter, and I didn't see any differences in my gaming. You know, I use very expensive gaming keyboards sometimes. This one compared just as well as any of those. Wireless function worked great. I personally use it in a dongle fashion instead, so I use this rather than the Bluetooth mode personally, just because I don't like having to pair through Bluetooth. But the Bluetooth mode does come in handy if you want to use it on like your phone or your tablet or something, or even if you want to do it on your laptop just so you can save a port. Didn't notice any lag or latency, which is really important if that is a major factor for you, which it should be in my opinion. Overall, in Valorant and CSGO, it worked great. No complaints whatsoever. Alright, that's it for this video. Link to this product is in the description below. If you found the video helpful, I'd love it if you could leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave a comment below as well. Thank you for watching.